a chiropractor who was reported on by CNN who was signing max exemptions. Now, what are your thoughts on chiropractors?
You said max. I think you meant mask.
Yes, I meant mask. You could have just let me slide. You could have let me be fine. But no.
I thought you meant maximum exception.
Maximum, yes. Yeah, okay. Okay.
You know what an oxymoron is? It's when you're a really big moron.
Shut the fuck. So, Deemed.
Yeah.
There was a chiropractor signing mask exemptions for children. What do you think of chiropractors, Deemed?
I think I don't know. They're they're not doctors.
Not doctors? Do you think they should be able to sign these exemptions?
Hell no.
No?
Well, I can't. Chiropractors mostly do shit for like your joints and pain and stuff. What the hell could mask exemptions apply?
Well, let's check out the story. I'm gonna share a screen so we can look at it.
You want to hear a funny story? Actually, before we go on to this quick funny story about chiropractors.
Sure.
So I grew up with a buddy of mine whose parents were both chiropractors, and they were balling as fuck. One year, he took his sailboat for an entire year to go to the Bahamas. He homeschooled on a sailboat for an entire year. That's how balling they were.
He homeschooled on a sailboat?
Yeah, they took an entire year to go to the Bahamas and come back, okay? Wild shit. And all of a sudden, the year after, they like downsized their home. They sold their boat. I'm like, yo, what happened? Like, is this times are tough? He's like, basically, our health insurance, like the universal health care that we have here, they stopped covering chiropractors. And so his parents immediately downsized because it became like a private thing that you had to pay for out of pocket.
Damn. Well, God, do you think they're a scam?
I don't know. Some people seem to get some benefit out of them. I think when it comes to chronic pain management, there's a lot of really good methods. You can go speak to your local chronic pain management doctor. So chronic pain management doctors are like,
I got the DM, by the way. Look, I got it. We found we found the proof of Joe Biden.
What a racist.
What a racist. We got
look at his nefarious plans.
DNA. Yep. Okay.
There you go.
Get on
and look at what color is the font.
True. It's pretty obvious what his intentions are. Okay. Let's go over to Anderson Cooper.
Yeah, let's do it.
War over masks in Florida schools is still raging. Parents on both sides of the issue are not backing down.
These doctors that sit up here that were sneering at us and looking at us like we're scumbags, they need to go back to medical school.
Okay, right here. Look, right here. So as you can see, fists are now flying.
By the way, can I just say, the concept that the doctors need to go back to medical school, and that's being said by somebody who's never even been to medical school, right? The gall of these fucking people.
Bro, the funny thing is, we got an email the other day from the hospital. 99% of our doctors and nurses have gotten their first dose. 94% are double vaccinated. These are the people who know the most about vaccines. Are 99% have gone, and the email was like, "Let's push to 100%, guys." I'm like, "Let's fucking go." But I guess we should go back to med school.
Look, you know what? I'm sure it's just a coincidence that the wealthiest people in the country were the first to get the vaccines and the poorest were the last. And I'm sure that it's a scheme by the wealthy to get microchips in everybody's arms. That's why they got them first.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Him into wearing your mask. I didn't get to
That's not what we do. We love our students.
Well, I don't believe that.
Yeah,
I don't believe that. I want my child to go to school free and unmasked.
So just sit there civilly and behave yourselves, or I'll have you removed. I suggest those of you that have your mask under your noses, put them back where they belong, or I'll have school police remove you.
This board is only focused on forced mask mandates, raising our taxes, and making our kids believe they can change their gender.
We're the bad guys because we're standing up for our
Dude, have you ever been to a school board meeting?
No, I don't know why I haven't, bro. I need to go.
School board meetings, you've got psychos like this, but the majority of school board meetings is not talking about any of that. It's like, so the budget for the next year, we need to allocate about $20,000 to the program expansion of updating the textbooks.
Yeah.
And that's 95% of school board. It's never, most of it's like
That's
boring
exciting.
nonsense like that. And then it's like, okay, it's time for like open question time where people can just comment on anything. That'll just walk up and be like, I am very angry Why are you angry? I'm angry because Miss Bumblebee said that my hair was untidy. It's like, what does this have to be? It's like just complete nonsense, right? And that's why they always, you gotta wait for the section where they don't comment on the stuff that's up for like debate.
That's actually up
but
for,
just,
yeah,
just
the
random,
open discussion.
just like open discussion. Because that's when you get the people coming in just talking about complete nonsense, right?
Yeah.
Children like mine who's at home right now saying, I don't want to wear.
Well, there's new reporting that a chiropractor signed hundreds of medical exemptions for students who wish to opt out of wearing masks in
That's
Sarasota
wild.
County schools. Dan Bush is a chiropractor. He's not a medical doctor, but it didn't stop parents from lining up at his office to get him to write an exemption for their kids.
It's like,
Other parents are
it's like
outraged, claim Bush
in California
irresponsible.
and shit.
Randy.
Yep.
It's like in California and shit. I don't know if it's still like this, but they used to go. There's doctors that would just give you a prescription to go get weed.
Yeah.
For like, what's wrong with you? Oh, like you have trouble sleeping at night? Here you go. You're hungry? All right, here you go.
Brilliant. The thing that really gets me about this is I'm just imagining, like, so why do you feel that you're qualified to give mask exemptions? Well, I mean, in my office, we have some pretty high chakra, and we make sure we have someone come in, we check their chakra, we put some hot stones in their back. They got good vibes, right? But if someone's not vibing and they got a bad vibe, and we look at the star signs, we check, oh, wait, I was going to give you a mask exemption, but you're a Sagittarius. I'm sorry. You got to get the fuck out. I'm sorry. No Sagittarius is allowed, right?
It's a Saturn moon or whatever.
It's a Saturn moon. Just what kind of nonsense? They know nothing about vaccines. They know nothing about this type of medical science. They're not doctors. They should not have the ability to give out mask mandates. If a chiropractor can give out a mask mandate, then literally, like, the cashier at 7-Eleven should be able to give a mask mandate. Give you an exemption. Like, literally everyone.
Your local Twitch streamer.
Yes. If you want an exemption for masks, just fill out this Google form. Just put exclamation point government is evil in my chat, and you'll get a Google form. Fill it out. We'll send you an exemption. Okay?
Bro, BX Bullet can sign it for you.
BX Bullet will sign it for you. Yes, BX Bullet will sign it for you. Exactly. We'll get BX Bullet, Rob Noor, or anybody from the Populous League to sign it for you.
Brilliant.
DK went to try and talk to him.
It's just after sunrise outside this chiropractic office in Venice, Florida, when we spot chiropractor Dan Bush. He's just arrived for work
can I
in
just
his
say,
pickup. Hard to miss
go
the
back
red, white.
1 second. Can I go back for a second? Look at the sign. I can't expect those letters to be on anything unless you're literally a snake oil salesman. It looks like the type of stuff that the lettering that somebody would put on a bottle
saloon
that tells you you're gonna regrow all your hair and then you'll never need Viagra again, right?
Some shit you get at the kiosk at the mall.
Exactly. That's what it looks like.
To me, it looks like the movies you've been watching.
Yes, it looks exactly like the movies I've been watching.
Same kind of font.
Dan Bush. He's just arrived for work in his pickup. Hard to miss the red, white, and blue splash and freedom fighters painted on it.
How are you? Randy K with CNN.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
I just want to ask you, I want to ask you about the exemption forms that you are signing.
Yeah, I already,
I know.
We already made our statement.
Well, why won't you talk to us about it? Are you examining each and every child that you're writing exemption forms for?
This wasn't about me. This was about parents' freedoms.
About parents' freedoms? Are you examining each and every child? Are you putting children's lives at risk by signing these forms? Why not? Why won't you answer a question about it?
Because I don't need to.
How do you feel about them not accepting your exemption forms?
And that was the last we saw of Dan Bush. When we asked his lawyer earlier about speaking with his client, he said Bush had no comment. Still, Bush has become somewhat of a champion here in Sarasota County to parents looking for a way out of the school mask mandate, telling local media recently.
Keep pausing for 1 second. I'm so sorry, bro. This is fucked up. Why do parents care so much? Just tell your kids to put the mask on. I have neighbors that have like a 5-year-old kid. Bro, every kid that's like around, every kid.
This is the same font. Yeah, it's exactly like this.
Bro, every fucking kid is okay with wearing masks now. They just look at adults for a year, 2 years wearing masks. Now every 5-year-old I see is wearing a mask with no problems. I don't know why.
Unironically, it's not your kids, it's you. It's you've pumped their head full of ideas. Like, it's fine. Like yes. And if they're really little and they're have you seen these videos where there's like, look at this 3-year-old. screaming and crying when we try to put on a mask on him. This is abuse. And then everybody in the comments are like, this is terrible. They should be arrested. Dude, kids have the same reaction when you try to make them eat like green beans, okay?
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that
Apparently,
they're just screaming and crying. You need more evidence.
Is bad.
Yeah, all coercion is bad. But dude,
horseshoe in real time, bro.
I love how when he's asked, the thing that gets me most about this interview is when he's asked about this, he doesn't say like, well, this is why I think they're medically exempted. It's parents' freedoms. He completely drops any pretext of him being a medical expert or him making these determinations on a case-by-case basis. He's just basically openly stating like, yeah, I'm basically just like an exemption factory. That's my job. Is an exemption factory. Yeah.
Type X person, but I am a pro-freedom, pro-choice person.
This was the scene recently outside his office, the Twin Palms Chiropractic Health Center. Hundreds of parents and children all hoping to secure a medical exemption.
I think it's ridiculous to have to wear a mask for 8 hours a day.
This mom came to get Bush
Pause. The virus only works for 4 hours at a time. At hour 5, you don't need to wear the mask.
It turns off.
You get 1 hour.
It gives up.
Yeah.
It's at the it's recess. At the wall. It's like virus recess. Yeah, it's break time. They all go to the recreational space and like just drink coffee for like until the next day, right? And like if you listen to them, they're not saying like, yes, my child has. They're not even holding up the pretend. They're not even pretending anymore. Like, I think it's just fucking stupid. They're not saying like, yeah, my child has this and this and that and has breathing problems. And no, it's not saying any of that. It's just like, nah, I think this is stupid, so I don't want to obey it. I don't want to do the law.
Exactly. Brilliant.
Form for her child, something he has now done hundreds of times, according to the Sarasota County School District.
I think it's great because many doctors are refusing to sign it, and this is one doctor.
Damn, I wonder why they're refusing to sign. I went to all these doctors, and they told me, no, your child has asthma, and if like a COVID even looks at him the wrong way, he's gonna collapse and die. And they're all like, please, just wear a mask. And it's like, nope.
No, they're like,
fuck you.
Like,
I'm gonna go to the chiropractor. He's gonna tell me about my chakras and put some hot rocks on my back, and I think he's gonna be the expert on what I should do with COVID.
Bro, it's not even that. It's like, ma'am, we've put your child through 3 MRIs, 6 CT scans. We can't find anything wrong with your child that would exempt them from wearing a mask. They're like, no, don't worry, I'll find something.
Don't worry. If all I need to do is touch their back a little bit, boom, I found it. They're immune to COVID. Don't worry.
Or the mask is gonna kill them.
The mask, yeah, they're gonna choke on the mask. You know what? I will say, maybe it's actually, if we actually get all these anti-maskers to wear masks, I think it might actually kill them. And what I mean by that is maybe they're so stupid that they don't functionally know how to like put on the mask, and so they'll just choke on it and die. Maybe that's what we're dealing with here, right? It's like when you have to like feed a baby medicine and they like cough it up. It's like they don't functionally know how to actually consume food like a normal human being.
Yeah, maybe. It's hard to calculate.
Volunteering his time with no pay to sign all of these forms.
Not everyone thinks it's as great as she does.
That's the worst part too. If it was just a scam, it's a scam, but he's doing it for no pay.
I kind of respect that.
I don't. The thing is, because that means
he's just an asshole. He's not doing it for the money.
Dude. Okay. Let's say that somebody started a drama with you for views. Right? At least you understand the motivation. But let's say they just did it to be a prick. Then it's like then you're just a bad person. You're just being a bad person. That's what's going on here.
Well, luckily your analogy doesn't apply because drama always gets views.
True.
Dr. Bush is being irresponsible?
Absolutely. Absolutely irresponsible.
Jules Scholes, who has a daughter in kindergarten here in Sarasota County, started the group Stop the Spread SRQ. She says one of her friends was handed this medical exemption form from Dan Bush's office without ever meeting him or having his children evaluated. Notice it's blank, no medical or evaluation information. Just what looks like the chiropractor's signature at the bottom.
To just
he's passing them out like coupons.
Seeing a child is really egregious.
Dan Bush recently denied to local media that he has signed forms without seeing parents.
I have not given an exemption to any parent that I have not met with.
Meanwhile, partly because of his actions, the Sarasota County School District told us They've updated their mask
Dude,
policy.
you know what?
I
bet if you go outside his business, he's like, I have not given it to anyone I haven't met with. You just go, you'll go to your local rec center and you just see piles of them. And like in the you know how they'll put like flyers and like free documents you can grab, or you go up to like the bulletin boards. He just has like 20 of them like pinned into the bulletin board. Just take one, get one free.
It's just a picture of his truck.
It's just a picture of his truck. Yeah. You look at the back of his truck. He just goes through the community, drops the back, the back part of the truck. He drops it. The flyers just fly everywhere.
accept medical exemptions only from medical doctors, osteopathic physicians, and nurse practitioners. To be clear, chiropractors are not medical doctors.
How embarrassing for the entire chiropractic community.
The school district
in this 5-minute segment, they said like 10 times that chiropractors aren't real doctors.
Not real doctors.
Just to be clear.
You know what they should do? They should here's all the things a chiropractor is an expert. Is an expert in doing, and it's just like literally everything medical. No, taking your money, expert, right? I mean, oh my god,
cracking your back.
Oh my gosh, have you ever heard of a good experience of chiropractors ever?
You know what happens a lot of times? I think that like they're like band-aid fixes. They don't actually address the root of the issue. They just like will help alleviate your symptoms for the time being. But like there's an underlying issue for why it is that you're suffering that needs to be addressed.
You know what they remind me of? You know those healer priests and like healer like people go out,
my
like,
god, yeah,
humana, no cancer, no AIDS, right? Those people.
Yeah.
The thing is, if you're there, you actually feel like you've been cured if you believe it. If you believe it, you feel it's been cured. It's placebo effect. Do you think a lot of chiropractic is just placebo?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I think what I find a lot is like a lot of people always say I need to go back to my chiropractor. It's like, okay.
Yeah, it feels kind of weird. You constantly have to go to your chiropractor. I've never heard of someone who. Have you ever heard somebody? I went to the chiropractor. Now I'm cured.
Yeah, like rarely. Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, if it helps you, then
yeah, if it helps you, whatever. But I just personally, I've never had that. Right? I've just never had that experience. My God.
150 medical exemption
now to be fair,
to
him, all the kids I've seen in this video, none of them are like have their backs look like this, so their backs look fine. I mean,
no scoliosis.
No scoliosis yet, so I mean, at least they're doing something right.
The majority of the declined exemptions were from Dan Bush's practice. Yet this past weekend, Dan Bush took part in a mask exemption evaluation event, which more than 1,200 people reportedly attended. The flyer noted medical records.
If you have those many American flags, at that point, you're like, I feel like I just keep getting my face. I'm just gonna get slapped by American flag. I feel like that's actually too disrespectful.
Look at who's talking, bro. You got one hanging in the back right there. You love this
I have it positioned right so it doesn't hit me. But in this environment,
you probably cuddle with it at night.
How many people do you think just got slapped by an American flag at this event? I would say at least
if it's a windy day, then yeah, for sure.
It's just excessive. That's all I'm saying. I have one. Okay, that's all I need in this room of the house.
I bet you there's some smaller American flag memorabilia somewhere.
I have another American flag in my room.
Whether it's a keychain or some bullshit.
I have another American flag for protest in my room, right? But that's it.
Dan Bush took part in a mask exemption evaluation event, which more than 1,200 people reportedly attended.
The thing is, wait, it's a max exemption evaluation event, and they already all went there, no masks.
I know.
Yeah, it seems like
they evaluated it themselves. They evaluated the situation and then went to the event.
Yeah, they got evaluated quick. They walked through and immediately were evaluated.
Flyer noted medical records helpful, but not mandatory.
No mandatory medical records.
And Randy joins us now. So, I'm sure you had a lot of questions for that chiropractor.
Yeah, Anderson, I certainly did. I wanted to sit down with him for a real interview. I wanted to ask him why he's signing these medical exemption forms, what his evaluation process is for these students, why he thinks he's qualified to sign these exemption forms. But instead of this thoughtful interview, which I was looking for, we had to
she ambushed him. I do the same thing if I was that guy. Fuck you.
I also wanted to ask him about some things.
To be fair, like if somebody just walked up to me like this, I'm not prepared. I don't have
and she's from CNN. You're a right winger. Imagine if you're a Fox, Turning Points USA comes up to interview. Like, fuck off.
Like if Project, now I'm not the same, but if like Fox News came up to my apartment outside my home and were like, hey, can we talk to you quick? We have some questions. I'm gonna be like, oh God. Now here's the question. You look bad no matter what happens, right? Let's say you leave, then you look like you're evading questions and you won't talk to them, right? But if you stay and chat, they're gonna cut you out of context and make you look like the devil, right? So what do you do in that situation?
Yeah, based. This guy's based.
You just do that? You just leave? Just screw him?
Yeah, fuck him.
Parents have been telling
he's
us.
Got max. He's got mask exemptions signed, bro.
She told us that she and her son waited 4 hours for Dan Bush in August to try and get an exemption form, and in just 2 minutes they got it. She said that he barely evaluated her son. He looked him over, didn't ask for any medical history, didn't check his vital signs or anything, but filled out the form, and then she walked away with it in just a couple of minutes. Now, he wasn't signing those forms at this latest event this weekend, but he certainly has been signing these forms for some time, Anderson.
All right, Randy K. Randy, thanks.
Wow.
So
here, while we're